It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm actually very well rested. It got very cold. It's still a little chilly even with the snowsuit. Which is probably why it's... I remember from last year now, and from many years, that when it's cold I tend to stay in bed longer. But I am well rested. Ugh. Love wearing my snowsuit. It is so comfy. All bundled up. That's probably why I like to stay. I probably sleep in longer when I'm cold. Although, with a snowsuit, I really don't have to stay in bed. I can get up. Because, unlike blankets, well, you could bring blankets with you, I guess. But you do retain your mobility with a snowsuit. You don't have to carry it with you. I do love to feel the warmth. Feel that the heat radiates back in. Snowsuit bounces the heat back on you. Still leave the toes open though. I do not like socks. It has to be very cold for me to wear socks. I haven't even taken them out. They're still away. So, let's do the morning routine. I'd rather just sleep all day when I feel like this. And probably just a few degrees change too. Like the AC it was set at 80. It's still set to AC, it's just not running. And it would have to drop to 70 before the heat goes on. So 10-degree range, and it goes from being hot, being warm, to 11 bundling up. I do love wearing heavy clothes, though. And then when it gets colder, I'll layer up stuff underneath, more snow bibs underneath, or onesies, or both. Always a surf suit. Always keep a surf suit on. The compression. And it acts as an undergarment. That's the thing that gets laundered the most by far. Oh. Sometimes a onesie as an undergarment, but always a surf suit somewhere. So this snowsuit's probably staying on a while. Maybe the whole day, depending what the outdoor temperature is. I do have to take the hood off for a minute while I do the hair. This is much more comfortable than a jacket. It's actually fairly lightweight. Not that much. It's just seamlessly integrated to the pants. Snow bibs plus a jacket are quite a bit more bulk. That's more comfortable. Have a nice stomach. Not to have a waistband. Well, with snow bibs you only have a waistband. So actually, snow bibs are the second best. And then snow pants are the worst. I mean, as far as pants go, they're not bad. They're still soft and warm. I love the sound of all the snow gear. Yeah. Onesie, pajamas, general pajamas, swimwear, and snowwear. Snow gear. Other things I like. They're all very soft clothing. I don't like fancy clothing of any kind. I'm trying to get the hair. I think they make clove hitches on the hitches. One hair. Still on there. I'm gonna work at it. I'll be back when it's gone. All right. Let's see. So I've been having a lot of hood. I've had the hood on a long time. Let's see what it does to the hair. I think it makes it more tangled. So let's see. Hat hair. No, it's pretty good today. I haven't had big tangle issues in a while. It feels so protective inside the snowsuit. So I feel where I feel too much stubble. Where I put the thing. It doesn't look very nice though because the thing doesn't cut very close. I'm supposed to pass over it several times. All right. Oh. Alright, potty pills. Actually, I would potty a few hours ago when I put the snowsuit on. So I just needed the pills. And I might be in this thing the whole day. I can put the hoods back on. Yeah. I love the hood. I love hoods. Especially snowsuit hoods. They feel great on the ears. And for better or worse, they muffle the sound out. I'm so tempted to just fall back asleep right where I am right now. It's like I'm wearing my blanket. Except it's clothing instead of a blanket. Alright, well, I'll get to the pills in a minute. Yeah, the feet open, it does cut down the insulation a lot, but it's not really that cold out. For sleeping, I could bring out my mermaid tail. That balances very well with it. And they're not socks, because I do not like socks. I don't like gloves either. Although socks are worse. Socks make rashes on my ankles, like here and here. My feet like to be free. Hello, they say. And they could clap. They can do most things hands can do. They could grasp. His hands are a lot better at it. His fingers, they're a lot longer. They're much more dexterous. Dexterous. I don't want to say it. Although my sinister hand is a lot more dexterous than my dexter hand because I'm a lefty. I don't like those words, especially sinister. It sounds evil. Why did they have to make the word for your left so evil sounding? Alright, bye. Alright, it's 10:30. I'm going to take my grandmother to the woods. I'm going to keep the snowsuit on today. Oh, hairbrush. Snowsuit I can wear outside. I often do in the winter. That is a hot coat and warm pants combination. Put the hood back. Nah, it's not that cold. Let's put it back on later. I just gotta wait for my grandmother to get ready. Just needs a minute. I found out where the little flakes on my legs were coming from. It's from my chair that's falling apart. Can you see? There, got a seat on the chair. This coating evaporates or falls to bits, not evaporates. It gets on my skin, and then I scrape it off. Bye. I'm back. It's 11:45. I think it was a good choice. A little on the warm side, and now I'm very warm. I think I'm just going to switch to the short alls. I need to think of some intermediate ideas, and I do have an idea, snow bibs. Instead of this, the snow bibs doesn't have the big jacket part, just has pants, a nice big bib. They're still very cozy and comfortable, but they're not as hot as this. Sadly, it does not come with a big hood. My favorite part of a snowsuit is the hood. Alright, so I think I did these. In the future, if I need to be at intermediate temperature, I think I will get the snow bibs out at some point. Alright, so bring it up. Slide the shoulders off, and then the whole thing comes off. Do it this way so that it stays right side out. That way it's ready to just put right back on. I don't know why I insist on zipping it up. Always I'm afraid it's going to rip or something if it's pulled the wrong way. But probably could be left unzipped. It'd be easier to put back on. A little less work. Just I'm a little compulsive about that. Yeah, I think it's a better temperature, at least for now. If it get cold, I can always put stuff back on. Maybe try with the snowsuit with just the surf suit underneath. It'll probably be very comfy. I'm gonna go down for a late nap. So I get the snow bibs out. They're not as hot as the snowsuit, but they're still warm and cozy. And gets most of the parts I care about. This is just a nice big bib. I like the chest. I like the chest to be covered. Along with the core. Shoulders would be nice, but it's still pretty good. And it's a little too warm for the snowsuit. And here's my mermaid tail to handle the toesies, which are getting a little cold. This. Just get a nap, so I'm going to leave the light on. Alright, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed. I got cold, so
Switch back into the wake snowsuit. Yeah, definitely gonna use this for my toes. Take my melatonin. At night I do tend to get cold, so we gotta use everything. Here's the hood, mermaid tail. A little bit of cough. No idea what it is. I don't think I'm sick. I feel fine. Melatonin gummy. I'm giving that